Dear subscribers, so this is the video in which we talk about the things that one has to look for before subscribing to SME IPOs. SME IPOs, as we all know, are IPOs which are for very small companies. Normally, investors do not have very large amount of information about these companies, and they have to rely on very few parameters to decide whether to apply for an SME IPO or not. So in this video, we look at 3-4 important parameters that one should look at before putting his money in any SME IPO. The first and the foremost is company's fundamentals. One should look at what is the P/E ratio of the particular company with respect to the listed peers. It becomes really important that the company should be profitable and that its P/E ratio should not be significantly higher than a listed peer. Rather, it should be at a reasonable discount to any listed peer. Plus, in case it's a market leader, then it also adds a lot of value to the company. The other important parameter that one should look at is who is the lead manager and how has been his performance in the last few IPOs that it brings to the SME space. It's very important and very critical. It talks lot about the quality of the assessment that the lead manager is doing and whether lead manager has the ability to make sure that it's bringing a good company to the market. You can easily find this information in the draft red herring prospectus. A company, or rather the lead manager, has to disclose the past performance of the last 10 IPOs that it brings to the market. So do look at that. The other important factor which, if present, could add a lot of weightage and could add a lot of, I would say, importance to the IPO is whether there is any pre-IPO deal or whether there is any anchor investor involved. In case there is a pre-IPO or anchor investor in the issue and they are well reputed in the market, then one can easily go ahead and think of applying to that particular IPO. And last and the most important thing, one should, if one is a retail investor and doesn't have the ability to know more about the company or is not able to basically do any research, then he should look whether there is a demand of those shares in the market or not. And there are two important parameters to judge whether there is a demand or not. One should look at grey market premium in case one is able to get that premium number from the broker that he is dealing with, or otherwise he should try to apply at the last day in the last 1 hour only before looking at the last day subscription figure. Last day subscription figure gives a good is a good indicator of the demand of those shares. So these are the typical 4 parameters that one should always look at. Though these 4 parameters, even if positive, doesn't guarantee that the issue is going to be a bumper listing or would be of a very good high quality company, but at least it gives you a good pointer that you have looked at the company from a very good perspective. Thanks a lot, friends. Nice.